Welcome back to Organized Chaos, Stories with Shabana. I'm your host, Shabana Knight. This is the place where life's beautiful messes transform into wisdom, laughter, and inspiration. In each episode, I'll be sharing real stories, mine and others, about the twists, turns, and unexpected lessons that life brings. Together, let's learn to turn life's messes into messages, struggles into stories, and chaos into clarity. So come join me, friends, while I remind you the true magic is with us all. We hold the power to create a life we not only like, but love. Let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of Manifesting Mondays. Yesterday was Valentine's Day here in the United States, and when this episode drops, it will be Monday, February 16th. This story takes place back in August of 2014. Our family of 5 had just moved 45 minutes away from one town to another, into our very first house. The kids were little, the youngest was under 2 years old, and the boys were about to turn 4 and 6 that fall. It was evening time, and we had finally gotten all 3 kids to bed. David had been working crazy hours, and he was exhausted. He specifically said, "I'm turning my phone on silent and going to bed." And when you're a mom, especially with 3 kids under the age of 5, and you are the default parent, it is so exciting when you get time to yourself. No one needs you. No one is calling your name. No one is touching you. For me, I love getting things done without interruptions. So I told David, okay, the kids are asleep. You're going to bed. I'm going to Walmart to go grocery shopping. The Walmart is about 2 miles away. Free, alone time. Yes, yes, yes. And not having to bring the kids with me grocery shopping, such a luxury, so relaxing. I was so excited. I'm like, what could possibly go wrong? Okay, so it's my first time to Walmart in a new town. We had only been living there for less than a week. Now I'm going to play the recording of this incident. I had randomly recorded myself telling the story back in July of 2023, which tracks because I probably thought if I ever have a podcast, I'll share the story. And so I was going through my recordings recently. I'm like, oh, what's this story? And I listened to it. I'm like, oh, this would be perfect for Manifesting Mondays. Okay, so now we're going to rewind and listen to the story. So here it is. And then we'll go from there. So there was this one time when we first moved into the house. We were brand new to the neighborhood and all the surroundings. So the kids at this time were about 2, 4, and 6 years old. And David was working the night shift. So he went to bed around 8 p.m. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, he was working crazy hours and he went to bed at 8. And I said, okay, everybody's sleeping. I'm going to go to Walmart and go grocery shopping. First time to Walmart on my own in this little town that we lived in. And so I go grocery shopping. I'm like so happy that I get to be alone. Everything is good. We're getting settled into our new house. And I come out to my car and the alarm is going off like crazy. At this time it's like 9 p.m., 9:30 at night. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my husband is sleeping. We're in a new town. I don't know anyone. And how am I going to get home? This alarm will not turn off. And I don't even know what to do. So the security guard was driving and he's like, I don't know why, but your alarm's been going off for the last 45 minutes. It doesn't look like anybody was trying to get into it. I don't know what's going on. I was like, okay. And then there was a lady and her son there. And the security guard was like, hey, do you mind giving this girl a ride home? And she was caught off guard, but she was really nice and said, sure. And I didn't even know our address yet. I just knew how to get home. So that was good. And, she kindly helped me load all the groceries into the back of her car, all the kids' car seats, like everything. We left the van there and she drove me home and I just said, thank you so much. You don't even understand like what a blessing this is. And, God, like if we could all just learn to be so kind and just help people when we can. It was just, I'll probably never run into this lady again and her son, but it was just the sweetest and kindest gesture. And just the way that whatever you believe in, God, the universe, spirits, whatever, is like, they always have your back and they're always guiding you and protecting you and leading you. And just to trust that like, it's all going to work out, even if it looks absolutely impossible. Okay, that's my story. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. When I think back on the story, I think, holy cow, this could have gone in so many different directions. Back in the day, they used to have security guards drive around patrolling the parking lot. I don't even think they do that anymore at our Walmart, especially after COVID. And I remember 11 years ago, Uber and Lyft were just becoming a thing. They weren't really an option yet in our area. And because we had only lived in that house for a couple of days, I had not memorized our address yet, which is completely ridiculous. If you move somewhere, memorize your address or at least have it saved in your phone. This was also before I had an iPhone and sharing locations wasn't a thing for us yet, to put things into perspective. And you might be thinking, why didn't I call anyone I knew for help? I literally knew no one. All my family is on the East Coast. All his family and our friends were 45 minutes or more away, and my husband's phone was on silent. Also, just the loud sound of the car alarm going off and it being late at night, I couldn't really even think straight. However, thankfully, I did remember the gate code to get into our community, and I remembered how to get home. I remembered telling the lady, turn here, turn there, and so forth. So we were able to get home safely, which was such a blessing. And I just think about how kind that security guard was. He literally stayed by my car to make sure no one tried to break into it or steal it. The alarm would not stop going off. It had definitely gotten his attention. It was good that I was still able to get into my car, to take out the 3 car seats, the strollers, and lock it. But no matter how many buttons I pushed, no matter how many times I tried to turn it on, I could not turn off the alarm. The car was completely shut down. The security guard said he would watch my car until his shift was over and then tell the next person to watch it and just to come back tomorrow and look at it in the daytime. It was really sweet that the security guard even spoke up on my behalf and asked if they would help me. I truly felt safe with the mom and son who gave me a ride home, and it was really kind that she said yes. The next day, David's dad drove 45 minutes to come look at the car. When he got there and tried to look at it, the alarm went off again for another indefinite amount of time. We still couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. We had it towed to the shop. I don't even know what they did, but they fixed it. After that, we just decided my car was sensitive, like it had its own personality, its own brain. We learned to be very gentle with it. Thankfully, we never had another major incident with that car alarm going off endlessly and the car completely shutting down. And I will say this, right after that incident, I memorized our address, and the rest is history. I don't know why I picked that story to share this week, but that's the story that landed for me to share. I feel very fortunate and thankful for the security guard that took the time to show kindness, for the lady and her son to drive me home, for the car place to fix whatever issue was on the van. It comes down to we are manifesting all the time, good or bad. Life brings us challenges. We respond with a vibration of energy. Depending on that energy, we are admitting we either draw solutions to us like a magnet or we repel solutions like a skunk. Me walking out of Walmart, hearing a car alarm go off. Oh, I hope that's not my van. Oh, it is my van. Then the security guard watching over me, to the ride home, to the car shop solving the problem. Manifest the energy that draws magnetizing solutions towards you instead of repelling them. Like a stinky skunk is my word to the wise this week. All right, I hope you enjoyed that episode and I hope it all made sense. And just know that you are love and light wherever you go. So keep spreading all that goodness out into the world and know that I love you. Bye. This podcast is sponsored by Happy Mail. I created Happy Mail for when you don't have the words, Happy Mail does. Happy Mail sends handwritten cards of encouragement that uplift, comfort, and reminds everyone they matter. Happy Mail is better than a McDonald's Happy Meal, spreading kindness, not calories. Click the link in the show notes and get your Happy Mail sent ASAP. Limited to U.S. residents only. Hey you, yes you. Thank you so much for listening to Organized Chaos, Stories with Shabana. If you love this episode as much as I did, hit that subscribe button, leave an outstanding review, and share it with a friend who needs some inspiration. Thank you for being part of this community. Remember, in every bit of chaos, there is always a story waiting to emerge. Who knows, maybe sharing your story might inspire others to share theirs. The possibilities are endless. Let's live in the possibilities. Welcome back to Organized Chaos, Stories with Shabana. This is the place where life's beautiful messes transform into wisdom, laughter, and inspiration. In each episode, I'll be sharing real stories, mine and others, about the twists, turns, and unexpected lessons that life brings. Together, let's learn to turn life's messes into messages, struggles into stories, and chaos into clarity. So come join me, friends, while I remind you the true magic is within us all. We hold the power to create a life we not only like, but love. Let's do this.